Welcome everybody, we are officially live for the playoffs between Big Frames and Singularity. It's about to be real muscly in this server. I think everyone in this entire server is over 250 pounds of pure muscle, squats over 450 pounds for warm-up, and they all do bench presses at 2 cars each. So this is about to be beefy in here with all of these very muscly men, but it is going to be an interesting one. It is Mirage and Nuke as the first two maps. I think Inferno is the decider, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember that correctly. And I don't know, Will. I feel a little concerned.
To be concerned is to put it quite lightly. I mean, when it comes right down to it, Singularity versus big frames, they're going to start coming up as small frames pretty quickly if they do not establish dominance early in this matchup or in this series, in fact. So if we see Singularity go first 6 rounds unaccounted for,
yeah, it
might be a very, very easy 2-0.
Yeah, let's go and just jump straight into the in-game. Knife round is underway, and of course, side choice will be important here for Big Frames, and especially since this is their map pick. So now we're in the Big Frames territory. Oh wait,
I believe that they
predestined
which ones they're going to pick.
Okay, gotcha.
That's the only reason why this will be okay.
Yeah, I think for matchups, people usually decide whether they want to do knife for sides or map choice, side choice, and I think they've opted for map choice, side choice. Now I'm even more concerned.
Yep. Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit fun. Singularity, they're gonna be on the CT side. Real big frames on the T side. And it really is just going to be all up to the pistol round right here. How is this going to dictate the pace for the entirety of not only this map, but this entire series? All rests on how this one round starts and finishes.
Now, I'm definitely leaning overdog underdog here for Singularity, obviously. But I think this veto actually might be Big Frames' only hope. And it is Nuke and Mirage, both maps that they're pretty comfortable on, and they're actually surprisingly really good on as well, if they're in that state of mind, or if they're in that, in the zone. But right now, Big Frames are setting up for the A split. It is going to be 2 players out middle, 1 player coming underpass to meet them, so they can pinch any pressure in middle, and then the utility will come out towards the A site. I think OC just spotted 1, so I think they're starting to realize now what is exactly happening here. Smokes towards top con, Molotov for window. That's going to delay a lot of information here for Singularity, but this is again going to end A.
Yeah, so now we're going to see the execute come through in just a moment. Loner's going to smoke off the cross, so he's going to give himself a little bit more room to work with, but they did not check for Floppy. The check was a little bit too early, too late though, and Floppy, he's taken down 2 already. 2 unaccounted for shots, finally answered back by Loner. Shots coming through from both sides. OC taking another hit off the shoulders. 2v4, make that a 2v3. Loner's trying desperately in order to hold off to the site, while Church is just slinking back on the stairs. He's going to fall down eventually. 2 shakes Sula, the mic rule, and now Loner, living up to that name, is going to be totally alone onto the site. He just keeps tapping heads, though, 1 by 1. 1v3. He needs to find these last 2 heads if he wants to keep himself in the game. Bomb tapped. Head tapped. Coming soon. And that's going to be Hydrex finding that man from the side of the skull. Singularity pick up the first round.
Nice little try from Loner there as well. I mean, that was almost close. I just didn't think he predicted Hydrex to be so aggressive in that 2v1 and push without his teammate. That kind of caught him off guard a little bit. But Singularity was looking a little dicey there for a second, and they managed to close it up. So they have now weapons, SMGs, utility up the wazoo. They have a couple kits to work with as well, so at least options are available in terms of retake potential. But look at the purchase here for Big Frames. They're all saving except for one little thing. They have Hero SG.
Pretty big thing, I gotta say. Welshie's picked up the SG, actually purchased up by Loner, and Welshie armored up, helmeted up on top of that. So this is quite an investment, not only from Loner but from Welshie as well. And he's going to have to do a lot of work with this weaponry if he wants to try to make this thing work out for Big Frames. But I don't think that Singularity is going to be expecting this in the slightest.
Yeah, and I'm really happy Welshie didn't really pull the trigger right there, give away the fact that they have SG. Because as soon as they hear that first shot go off, boom, everyone is aware, right? Everyone is vigilant. No one wants to get one-tapped. I'm glad he's kind of been a little bit patient with it. I think I've heard some Glock shots go off as well, so they might be trying to bait Singularity for those eco frags. Nice little cheeky play, but right now it seems like Big Frames are grouping up towards the A site. 3 towards ramp, 1 towards Palace, and the lurk towards middle. That's Loner with a Glock, so I don't imagine he'll accomplish much, but maybe he gets a kill from the side.
A little bit of a sneaky shot, and that's the weapon ringing out. The SG is known onto the field. Now everyone's going to be a little bit on high alert. Floppy, he is alert himself to take that man down. Well, she's only good for 2, though, and the SG has been lost. Now all the CTs need to do is try to isolate the Ts one by one and make sure that weapon does not get picked up again, because that SG into the hands of these attackers trying to defend the site after it's been taken is going to be one hell of a tall order indeed. Dev doing a lot of work with the Glock, but it's going to be 1 for 1 now. Loner, last man alive with a FAMAS in hand. Oh, does not finish the kill. Finally does it right there. Sheikh Zula surviving. Last one on the field for Singularity, gets the defuse. And if he's a smart man, he would pick up that FAMAS. All right.
It's probably not what he wanted, and he probably forgot the SG was in Palace as well, so... Yeah, maybe there could have been some better weapons, but I think he's at least happy that the fact that he clutched the round out what was looking incredibly dangerous. But I'm even surprised it came down to a 1v1. It was a Glock on the lurk. It was a Glock towards Firebox as well. He managed to double dink. I forget who it was, but top series. I think it was Hydrex. He got a double dink off insta. I was like, whoa, okay. He's not screwing around. Singularity 2-0. Big Frames have themselves a pretty good purchase. 3 AK-47s, an SG for Dev. And Loner with a Deagle and full utility as well. So they have so many options available. And they're up against SMGs and FAMAS as well. So, I mean...
This might be a little bit of a questionable buy into the second round. But that being said, Sheikh Zula is definitely going to make those SMGs work. Hydrex answering back with a shot of his own with the AUG. Now it's going to be man advantage to the Singularity side. Real Big Frames. They need to come up real big right here, right now. Welshie with that bomb. He is not trying to go for the plant. You know, his teammate Nerf is trying to take a few heads. He's only good for 1. 1v2 now. Welshie needs to find out where OC is. He knows general idea where he is. Spots him out, tags him down to 48. Needs to take the shot off on the Floppy, but unfortunately, all he's going to do is just give him a few flesh wounds to survive for Singularity, and that's going to be 3-0 on the board.
These rounds. You know, that's like the one thing I actually very much appreciate about watching Singularity is that they have many things that are rehearsed, but I feel like every time I watch them, the rounds unfold so differently. In terms of defense, like obviously, you know, CSGO can only unfold in so many ways, but even just like the micro decision making and the aggression and timing on Singularity is always so unpredictable. It's a really good feature of their squad. Now, Big Frames.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, they have a broken purchase. They're back down to the pistols. The Scout for Loner, and that's all they have, Will.
Indeed, he's the lone gunman. Now, something I do want to say about Singularity is that last night I casted 3 of their games in a row. And when you live with someone that you know, you learn a lot of tiny little things, just like, well, she's just an incredible shot right there. OC going down, that's actually going to be a little bit of a struggle for Singularity. But, yeah, when you're with someone for 3 hours almost against your own will, you start picking up these little things. It's something that I've noticed about Singularity, similar to what Big Frames did with Welshie on the second round. They held the trigger on a insane purchase one round on a map. I believe it was against New Identity. Did not let a single trigger fly and just did so much work. Just like Sheikh Zula is doing work right now with the AUG right there. It's going to be 2-2 now. Ryan and Hydrex, last 2 alive for Singularity, and it does not matter. It's going to be no match for Hydrex as he takes down both Loner and Welshie right there, 4-0 on the scoreline. Just like I said, this is starting to become a runaway. Big Frames need to answer back mighty fast.
Yeah, the only silver lining here for the Big Frames is the fact that Singularity's economy is still limited in some ways. Yes, they have purchases. Yes, they have full weapons, but that's their entire reserve pretty much invested. Floppy's the highest on the team with only 1450. So, I mean, there is double potential reset here. But they need to be able to close out these rounds. I mean, this is the first opportunity to close the deficit. Let's see if they can manage to close that one out. It's going to be aggression slightly coming in from Singularity as they look to kind of contest towards mid, but it'll be OC alone. He does have some flash support, but overall, the remaining players for Big Frames are now coming out the A ramp.
Some great work getting that initial kill. OC's going to stop the aggression. Ryan spotted a man in Palace. It's going to be Loner. The pop comes out, and he does not even need the scope on that AUG. He's able to find that head when no one's business. Bomb goes down. That's going to be a great benefit for big frames, but right now they're acting like small frames. 4 rounds uncontested. They're making it expensive. I will give them that. But it means seldom little if you're not able to convert these expensive rounds into winning rounds. Just like that, they're getting picked apart one by one. Church falls now. Last one's going to be nerfed in a 1v5. The bomb's already going to get stuck. They're not even going to attempt to play for it. Nerfed, he's good for 1, but it's down for them to find a second one. No, he is not. Floppy's going to pick himself up a 2K right there. 5-0. Like I just said, it's coming true.
Yeah, this is actually like the worst case scenario for big frames as well, is that they really needed that one. Yeah, even if they're going to lose the round, they needed kills at least, right? Keep up that economic pressure. Don't let them get comfortable, because as soon as Singularity gets that economic safety net, they're going to run rampant. They're going to start going aggressive everywhere, taking unbelievable risks, taking, you know, off-time peaks, any of those sorts. And as soon as that kind of counter-strike comes into play, the textbook flips. You can't use it anymore. It's all about raw intuition and potential. Welshi trying to hold down the mid-aggression. Nice tap onto OC's head. Great find.
Great work, but are they going to expect Floppy right behind him? Actually, yes! Oh my god, Church finds the kill. He's brought down to 3 HP, but Floppy, he's going to be dying there with his compatriot. That's a little bit frustrating, but that's going to be one hell of a great boon to the confidence of big frames right there.
Yeah.
Minute 13 on the clock. They're positioning themselves towards A.
Yeah, and you can see that Singularity has, like, no idea how to control this round now. Yeah, Ryan has spotted a few of them coming out a ramp, and he's going to find 1 kill in return, but Jake Zula falls inside of middle, and Ryan has no choice but to continue fighting here. He has to just keep up the pressure, keep up the fight, try to equalize it up, but Hydrax will be the one to make this a little bit more doable for himself. A 1 versus 3 turn 1 versus 2.
That first kill is going to be the first step towards so much work towards the end of this round. And you could see it right there on the map. Well, she's going for the crazy, crazy flank into Palace. I believe that the bomb's more planted towards Palace, if that makes sense. But Hydrax, he needs to expect this. The jump across the boxes is going to give away Welsh's position. Give away his position to Welshi, rather. Bomb tap. Welshi shows himself, and he gets traded out by Loner. That's going to be the first round on the board for big frames. And now, all of a sudden, they're starting to lift again. And they are swole.
Nice, a big round to pick up. 2 players alive, not the cleanest fashion. Singularity now has to make an awkward decision. Do we force with 2 players, broken economy? They have an AUG, they have an M4. Floppy on an MP9, OC with the glass. Oh, they have the double glass cannon ops. Okay, whoa. That's a lot better than I expected, but still kind of weird.
Okay, so here's the tactic. Here's the tacticum that comes out with this this kind of play. Only one of the options sound off at a time. If the first one sounds off, that's going to give away the position. That's going to give a lot of information to the players on the real big frame side. So the sides are going to switch. Now they're going to position the other op on the other side and play around with that. But Ryan showing himself immediately going to get taken down. Now they think, oh, okay, op's down, and we don't have to worry about that anymore. But here comes OC with the secondary op. Oh, no, he misses! Sheikh Sula, though, he's good for the trade, and Loner's going to go down right after that. He's going to salvage that op. Singularity's got the 6th round. The second op comes on top of that.
Wow, they managed to salvage that. That's big. That's massive, actually. Big frames now. They're the ones who are kind of in the weird economic territory. Do we force? Do we buy? These are all questions I'm sure big frames are asking, but it seems like they are half purchasing. I like this decision, actually. They still have the full loss bonus, so I mean, might as well. I feel like Church could have bought AK armor at the very least, though. That might have been a bit of a better purchase, but not a big deal overall. Let's see if they can do some damage or win the round. Excuse me. That'd be the name of the game here.
It's a bit of damage right there. Welshi Devin nerfed. All taken down by a well-placed nade. I believe that was about 100 damage total. Dev's gonna be good for 1, trading out the kill onto Welshi. Floppy found one in the smoke. That's going to be Dev yet again. Brought down to only 10 HP, and this is going to be a nutty little boost coming out from Sheikh Sula. Seeing over the smoke, he's able to smoke Loner. That's going to be 1 and done. He's going to retreat now. Dev's going to be the last one alive, and he's only got 10 HP to his name. Only thing he could possibly do with the 70 seconds that remain on the clock is try to make this as expensive as physically possible.
Exactly.
He's got a deagle in his hand. He's got a scout on his back. He's got a hope He's got a dream. He's got his spine. He's got his orange crush. That's a reference to the older people in the crowd.
Yeah, I think the oldest person here is MDN. I think he's like 45 or something. Anyways, 7-1. We always come to this scoreline, and it is Brazil.
I somehow did not react for that. How did I miss that?
Come on, you're off your game, Will.
I know, dude. I worked in the yard all day. I'm all sorts of not here. Anyway, it's round number 9. Singularity as shown. Currently 6 rounds up over Big Frames. And again, I'm going to say this yet again. Big Frames are acting like awfully small frames tonight.
Yeah, I think they need some better protein. OC and Ryan picking them apart towards the A side. OC eventually gets traded out, but Ryan has already done the damage. Floppy now doing further damage. It's all down to Church in a 1 versus 3, but he's going to need a lot more than Prayer to save him out of this one. And it is Singularity 8-1.
I kind of wanted Shake Solo to pull the trigger right there. he had his teammate lined up, and it was just like, oh, please, please, please. Accidentally cough and hit your trigger. But anyway, it's round number 10. We're going to see a little bit of a cobbled buy come through, forcing up with everything we have on the real big side. And this feels like a Hail Mary sort of play right here. They need to get this win, or else Big Frame are going to be in a really, really rough predicament. Like, not just for the scoreline, but for a boon in confidence that they are clearly lacking right now. The Singularity is just toying with them.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that I think they're starting to tunnel vision on these A hits that have not been successfully working whatsoever. Ryan gets the first opening. Craig gets to keep his life as well. Once again, a job well done by one of the A players. Floppy gets another, tries to escape, but he gets spammed down by Nerfs.
That was a beautiful snap coming out from Floppy. Yes, the bomb's going to go down. Man advantage going to be in the Singularity side. So at the very least, they've got that going for them. They're playing this so passively. They're waiting to see if Big Frames are going to mess up. Ryan's definitely giving away a little bit of a sound there. That's going to be one shot traded. Nerf's going to come out on top. Two man for each side now. 2v2. It's like a game of wingman now. But now they're pushing out. Both ops coming into play. One's going to get taken down, and Church is going to send them to the Lord's gates of heaven. They're both going to go down with a bomb. Hydrex is going to escape with one last shot from the op, and he's actually going to survive with only 9 HP.
I didn't think he was going to survive that. I thought he was dead for sure. But
oh, so did I.
A job well done. Only one weapon gets to survive for Singularity. Could have been more expensive, yes, but a round on the board, plus the potential now to reset Singularity. This is what they needed, but they have to figure out a way to deal with this double op setup. They haven't really found a real consistent response to it. Yeah, they were able to pick up the last round, but I don't think it'll unfold so favorably every time.
Yeah, whenever you see the double op setup come out on a map that's not Train or Overpass for that reason, it's such a head scratcher. Like, you don't know how to combat that, because on either side you can see the op. If the op is on mid, that means it's going to be on one of the other sides, and you think, oh, that's just, you're comfortable now. No, you're still going to have to deal with 2 ops. It's just they move. They're not turrets. But be that as it may, oh, that's actually a fake. So Big Frame set up a huge fake towards the A site. And we're going to see Welshie actually make his way onto the site, trying to get some information. Everything out. About to clear connector. Here's the footsteps. He's able to find the head! My god, great shot coming out from him. But OC's going to immediately trade him out.
I feel so bad for the Observer right now, because there's literally fights happening all over the map, but somehow it's come down to a 2 versus 2. Church now removes Hydrex from market. It's a lot of the pressure now eliminated. They know where OC is, because he found a kill earlier, so now the bomb can be planted towards default box. Church is now setting up towards E-box. That's a great position to be in a 2 versus 1, especially against an Opper. And OC's coming in through Cat, and as soon as they realize he's there, it's pretty much over.
Loner's got his sights trained, but OC's a little bit faster on the trigger. Now it's going to be a 1v1 between him and Church. And Church, much like in the previous round, I'm going to say it again, he's trying to make him see the face of God, and it is a scary grimace that is staring him down. OC's going to just stick the bomb defuse. I kind of love this. 2 seconds, 1 second. He's with 6 HP. That man might be a church, but he just got burnt down like it's Norway. OC coming up with the clutch with 9-2 on the scoreline.
Wow. He literally just saved Singularity to half with that 1 versus 2. Not even kidding.
OC stared at him through the smoke and said, deal with it.
Wow. I'm just incredibly surprised to see Loner stick the cat position, though. He had no idea where he was. I don't know. I feel like default would have been better than where he was. Yeah, regardless, it is Singularity now with a 9-2 lead. A very comfortable lead. And I think Big Frames need at least 4 or 5 rounds here. Otherwise, this is going to look... Whoa, why is Shakezilla's name so big?
Because he wants to be.
No, I don't know. You didn't see it. I don't think you did. But
I probably did not.
Okay, 1 for those. That's not bad. 1-for-1 trade. Mid control belonging to Big Frames off that. Now there's pressure coming in from A ramp as long as Dev doesn't die too early. Okay, well, maybe not.
Look at you cursing him. Floppy's going to pick that one up, trade it out. It's going to be Welshie taking out Hydrex on the cat position. That cat got smoked off, and he got smoked as well. Less than a minute to go, and it's 3v3. And Shakezilla's the Mike Rula. Oh my god. Long range MP9. Hello? Just like that. They now have man advantage, Singularity. And trying to find that second one. That's exactly what's going to happen. Nerf's going to get taken out. It's going to be Loner. And oh, so fittingly, he is yet again the last one alive for his team on the server. I don't know how this poetic justice keeps going through. No, and Loner gets taken out from the back. Floppy just absolutely decimating him. Now we're seeing double digits for Singularity. And Big Frames just can't get into the game, man.
Yeah, they can't get anything going. They haven't been able to string any rounds together, and all these swing round potentials that they had, they just choked up. Now it's going to be pistols and armor, which is even worse of a deal here for Big Frames. Means that they really only have the AK-47 hero for Church. Now they're looking for the A execute, and this is not bad. This could end well, as long as they don't get mowed down on the entry. Let's see if they can get even past that. It's going to be OC on the retake with the op towards spawn, and 3 players in middle. That's going to be a fast rotate to A side as well.
Yeah, this is almost perfectly telegraphed for it to be an A hit. They're pushing out. That nade is going to do quite a bit of damage to Nerf. The fire and the flames burning down Loner for a brief second, but he's able to smoke it off and push out on top of that. And they're actually going to give up the site.
Yeah, they're giving up the site, but they're holding CT hard. Floppy, OC, they're not willing to let this one go. And look at this crossfire, just absolutely decimating the plan here for Big Frames. They were completely ready for that. Church is able to find one with the hero AK, but it's not going to be enough because he's in a 1 versus 4. He's tapping away, but he's overwhelmed from all directions.
Yeah, and Church is only going to be good for 1. He's going to take down Ryan, but he's soon going to go down to the USB there for Survive, for Singularity. And I believe that was Singularity learning that Big Frames are playing into desperation tactics, and because of how desperate they are, in order to get wins on the board, they knew that they were going to push and just try to take full aggression, try to give no respect to the Singularity side, but little do they know that Singularity disrespects them more so, and their disrespect supersedes their disrespect. Science!
Okay. Church is not a man of science. Church is a man of God. And they're going to need God if they want to come back into this half. It's 11-2. And their sprays haven't been working, so maybe now their sprays can. And OC goes for the pick, but he whiffs it.
That's a whiff you do not want to see happen. And I know that Singularity are currently up 9. They're in a very strong position right now, not only scoreline-wise, but also morally and mentally. Even still, man, definitely don't want to see that Floppy, though. He's able to pick up the pieces, take down Church, and also nerfed as well. Now it's a 3v5, and Big Frames, their bad times getting even worse.
Look at the great utility usage from Singularity. I feel like I can't even blame Big Frames for getting ran over right now. There's just perfect play coming out from Singularity. Every single one of their players is just on point. Good decision making. Their aim is looking pretty stable and not shaky at all. They're not nervous whatsoever. And everywhere that Big Frames go, there's a crossfire like the one we just saw right now. And 12-2. That's exactly why. That pretty much sums it up.
And it's not to say that Big Frames is a bad team. Like, far from it. Of course, they're in the playoffs. I mean, they're already doing pretty darn good as well. They almost made it into MDL, but they actually got defeated by the wet blanket that is Tribe or Blitzkrieg at the 11th hour, which I'm still upset about, I gotta be honest. But yeah, Big Frames, they're just going up against a far better opponent in Singularity right now. We're seeing that in spades right now. It's the last round of the first half. Real Big Frames, they invested absolutely everything in there. But Floppy, he's going to make sure that these muscles are starting to atrophy. Dev, he's good for one, but he's brought down to 2 HP right there.
At least he has his life. He can apply pressure with that. Now, the two players towards Singularity towards the A side, they're not quite sure what they want to do. Yeah, they have a ramp control, but Palace, they hear this guy. Palace will actually spamming for that triple box, but it'll actually be Church who finds it. Now, they know there's likely only one player left, but hopefully they don't lose too many lives before they realize it. And Ryan is a scary, scary player to be in this position.
And Hydrex, oh wait, look at Ryan. Oh, he's getting so much information. He finds one. He finds a second one. My God. Ryan, you beautiful something or another. Dev's brought down to 2 HP. You don't even have to aim. You just need to pull the trigger and just have a good game. 13-2 is going to be the scoreline as the defuse comes in. Ninja defuse.
It's actually, it's literally insane to me how many times, like, if you put Ryan in that position, like 10 out of 10 times, he'll maybe choke it once, maybe 2 if he's having a bad day. He's just so consistent in these scenarios. I always see him just capitalizing off the multi-frag potential, and he is such good spray control as well, so it's very rare that he kind of misses those opportunities. But it is Singularity with a big, comfortable lead here going into this T side that I'm genuinely concerned for Big Frames in the first map. And again, this is their map pick. This is their territory. This is their home turf.
It's Mirage. It's a very puggy map, so that's how Singularity play. That's how Big Frames want to play it, but unfortunately Singularity, they're far too tactile of a team in order to let these single-man plays work for Big Frames' favor. But be that as it may, it is the second pistol round now. Sides have been switched. Big Frames are going to be on the CT side, Singularity on the T side. We're just hoping to see if any action come through. Dev gets that initial pick onto Sheikh Sula. That's going to be mighty comfortable for the Big Frame side.
Yeah, and they've gotten all the information that they needed so they can put their numbers in the right spot. Nerf is there towards CT spawn. Things are looking pretty good for Singularity, even more so now with Church's skill. Hydrex and OC. Only now OC finds one, finds two, spins around trying to find a third. OC finds a third, but he's limited.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's already got 4. He's unstoppable.
Oh,
but he is
my God. Wow.
And I'm gonna make this joke again. Loner, last one alive again. I don't know how it keeps happening. It's great.
Wow. Sorry, I'm still on that. How did they let him get away with that?
I have no idea. But be that as it may, Big Frame still found a way in order to win that round. It was so expensive. OC almost went full-blown hammer mode on all these Goombas in the server. I have no idea what I'm saying, but be that as it may, we're going to see Singularity purchase a ton of weapons right now. Oh yeah, I made it work. That was intentional.
Yeah, totally. I got you, man. Don't worry. I'll fill the gaps. Anyway, Singularity. Losing the round, still buying up. This time it's 3 SGs. Not 1, Will, not 2, 3 of them. One player without armor has been eliminated. Not a big deal. OC, though, 6 HP. Not a good look, but 1-for-1 trades. That's still pretty good.
And on top of that, they positioned 2 of the SGs at the top of mid. They both have already fired shots, so they think that they potentially think that there's only 1 SG in play. So that could give them a little extra room to play with. But even still, Big Frames, they know exactly what's going on. They know that they forced in at least 1 hero weapon. But little do they know how stacked this is going to be against them.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say they don't have a way to clear out Nerf, but they still have that one Molotov. Ooh. Nerf, though, nice shot. OC's eliminated. Again, that was the 1 HP player, so not a big deal. But Church now removing Floppy. That's a big deal. 2 versus 4 turn, 2 versus 3 with a nice shot from Sheikh Zula. But there are still 2 defending players here, and Hydrix now springing out of action from the lurk position, goes straight to the crosshair of Sheikh Zula, and a second as well.
absolute dismantling single-handedly by Sheikh Zula there. I mean, that first flick, I knew for a fact that Sheikh Zula was about to go beast mode, but I did not think for a second that he was able to clutch that out single-handedly. But my God, he went ahead and did it. Who am I kidding? Of course he was going to do it no matter what. Right now it's 14-3. 2 rounds separate Singularity from winning this map out in real big frames. I don't know, man. I can't really speak about this. It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it's definitely tough luck. Loner now with the Eagle. Without his life, or well, she's his life. Dev has no choice but to push forward or try to equalize it somehow, but his tiny little head has been spotted. But he gets 1 kill in return, but can't survive for much longer with the amount of pressure there is on the B site. Now off the church, and he goes 1 for 1. And Nerf gets sidelined. So there it is, Singularity. Map point, 15-3. Will, the worst part about this, 0 money for big frames. They have nothing. Nothing. They're getting mopped.
I think the worst part about this is that I'm barely warmed up for the second map. This is almost a walkover victory. This is practically a forfeiture by big frames. Barely any answers back. Every single round that they've won, only 1 player survived. It's just the Singularity show. It's just single-handedly their game. And right now, with the money and the weaponry that they have pulled out, it's going to be an incredibly tall order for big frames to come out with anything short of an L. I'd expect 2 kills, tops, from them.
Guess we're about to find out. Now, if Sheikh Zula tries to, press his luck in middle. Oh, no, Sheikh. No, not like this, Sheikh. Yes. Wow.
Gonna find 1.
Okay, trade comes out. But they forfeited 1 kill for the B site. I'll take that trade if I'm Singularity any day. Yeah, they gave away an SG to a pretty much unarmored real big frames, but man, this is gonna be hard.
Ryan's got so much info. And Hydrex has got the lineup. He's able to find 1. Make that 2. Nerf is able to pick up a second one. Oh no. I don't have any wiggle room now. But neither does big frames. They have no way into this site. Hydrex is just going to take another head off their shoulders. Last man alive is going to be nerfed, and he himself gets nerfed. 16-3. He's able to find that 3rd kill, making me look like a fool, but it's going to be Singularity that makes big frames look like themselves fools in this map of Mirage.
Look at Hydrex's score as well. We've played 19 rounds. He's 22-6. He's almost 4 KD.
Not to be outdone, Floppy's also got 21-11.
Yeah, and Floppy has 122 ADR on top of that. So yeah, Hydrex is getting more kills, but overall Floppy's doing more damage. But what's crazy to me is that he only has 6 deaths in 19 rounds. That is just impeccable performance by Hydrex, I have to say. I mean, I think we can both confidently say that every player on Singularity pretty much showed up to play. There wasn't really any weaknesses. It was OC 1 round, it was Ryan the next, it was Hydrex 1 round, Sheikh Zula, we saw the SG play from him as well. Floppy with pretty much consistently getting multiple kills on the A support from Connector. I mean, what can you even do to stop that? But again, my biggest concern isn't the fact that Big Frames lost. It's the fact that Big Frames lost their map pick 16-3. That is what concerns me.
Indeed. It's going to be incredibly difficult for them to find a word in edgewise on this map of Nuke. Singularity, this is their home turf. Like, I know it's their map pick, but I've seen Singularity play this map time and time again. This is their turf. Like, this is the map that they excel on time and time again, and it's so exciting to witness them play on this map. So, dare I say, unless the pistol round goes in their favor, this might be a 16-0.
Ooh, you're going with a 16-0.
16-1 if they win the pistol.
Wow. Okay, that's quite a sweep. That's quite a sweep. I'll reserve my opinion for now. Again, the only thing that we have to consider is that I think we saw the statistic in chat earlier by MDN, the old man here in the house, but he picked up. He said that out of 7 matches that they played in group stages, Big Frames played Nuke 5 times, and they went 4-1. So they won 4, they lost 1. That's pretty good statistic.
I'm gonna eat my words.
Yeah, that's a good stat. But that's my only silver lining. Overall, like player for player, team chemistry, team potential, I think Singularity has them in the bag. But both teams are incredibly proficient on Nuke. So I'm going to reserve my judgment for now. We're going to cut to a quick short break. We'll be right back. If you haven't done so already, please follow our socials. That is Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. We have almost every social media for you guys to, keep up with what's happening within the Winners League umbrella, as well as check out that win.gg website. Give Will a follow. He could definitely use those, and me down here below.
Please.
And we'll be right back.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by VBet. Play responsibly. And by